Alright guys, James at Rampant Lion Reviews again for you today. Another little out and about video. This time I'm in Bristol in England and I'm joined by a jumped up 20-year-old Dwayman known as Harry Meadows from Blue Nose Beer Reviews.
I'm just a Dwayman.
He's just a Dwayman. But yeah, we're going to go in and do as we always do. We'll have a little look around, we'll have some beers, we'll have some food. And yeah, we're going to have fun. Harry's going to join for some tastings and stuff like that. So this is my very first out and about in England. So this is kind of cool as well, actually. Yeah, so ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
So yeah, as you can see, this place looks pretty cool. We'll have a closer look inside, but yeah, you can see basically, you walk along here, there's Harry waiting to go. And then, yeah, we just walk around the bridge. But yeah, we're kind of in the part of the city with all the canals. The Brewdog bar is just like pretty much right over there. So yeah, let's go in. Alright guys, so our first tasting in here at Left-Handed Giant. It's pretty bloody busy, so it might be a bit loud around us and things, but we'll just make the best of it. So, first beer that we've gone for is the Pilsner, 5.2% ABV. So yeah, pretty much as you expect, nice kind of pale golden straw colour. Came out the tap with a nice wee bit of a white edge, so pretty much as you'd expect for the style. Yeah, yeah. Some aroma. That's, I think it really sticks to the German style. It's got that Christmas to it.
We were in there every night. I've become quite familiar with this because there's a cafe.
Yeah. I enjoy a good Pilsner as well. I mean, that's the main difference for me between the Czech lagers and the German ones. The Czechs are always really creamy, the Germans are nice and crisp. So I used to go. I mean, aroma-wise for me, a little bit of bread crust, that sort of white bread thing, with a bit of sweetness.
It's
Got a wee bit of like, it does have a wee bit of like digestive or something. Coffee-wise, what's the last
train back to like 10 p.m.
Well, it's too early.
We don't know, well, there's the other beer which is the German Pilsner as well, which I wonder whether it's the same trading being quite simple. I guess it's all like that.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a bit more if it was like Czech sats or something a bit more spicy. Yeah. So this one's quite wet. I think the green component of this beer is really quite wet. Quite grassy for me, a little bit floral, but mainly grassy.
To sign a waiver or something the first time.
They do ask me kind of like, I'd say I'm getting particularly for your party.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think for me as well, like fruity-wise, there's a wee bit of like that apricot,
People couldn't fit in the paper.
And then I mean, yeah, it's quite it's got the crispness of the German side of this style. It's quite a wet one. We did have a little taste earlier because we were trying to figure out how to film and stuff.
Everyone
But yeah, let's do it.
You couldn't walk.
It's not a big public. Like inside the King's Arms.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
See, I think this one, the first thing that comes to my mind is it's quite
Yeah,
wet.
it's less than
it's
half
a
of
curve.
this
It's a curve like that.
It's really quite, for me that's quite a wet Pilsner. It's not, you get some of them that are
That's
really,
about
really
it.
dry.
Yeah,
But this one's actually quite wet, quite floral,
like
sassy.
sort of A for wine or something. That's it.
It's almost like
I did it yesterday, last time you were there. Or I was there. Because they were putting cake out, so there was more space. And then the bouncer came out and said, oh, you need to step back and get my cake. Basically, like way more quiet, like the fucking handle.
Like the green component of this one is really great.
I'm not sure for him.
So it's here, we do the like malt hot fruit. It's really so malty base. What do you think?
it's up right up Pilsner base.
I was studying to be
Yeah, you get that in the back of the palate. You do get a little bit of that rusty gravy.
But it's pretty.
You do get the crispy
Code
yeah.
And I'd say they put any carrot inside of it. I think it might just be
a lot of database stuff, so
a little touch of maybe
it's a coding language. It's kind of elevated me as more of a top.
Yeah, it does have a wee bit of that type vibe to it. It does have a little bit of like Munich Ellis character for sure. Yeah, for me there's a bit of biscuit in the middle of it, but it's not. It is more bready.
yeah.
It's more bready.
my best. If you ask me to do something, I'll do Python.
Yeah, on the.
Yeah, Python is very used now in
I don't think there's
academia.
anything else to say about the malt base, really. Hoppy side of things, wee bit of smooth earth in the back of the palate.
I can see it.
As you come further forward though, you get the nice big, wet, but still quite aromatic green component. So
There's ever such a line. There's so many programs and
I think you add your spices in the aftertaste.
It's good
So yeah, you've got a little bit of floral note there, and that becomes spicy, but the front curve of the palate's wet and grassy for me, definitely.
Like before, for example, and these modules,
Yeah, front third of the palate, I think, fruitiness. But it's kind of like I said before, maybe a bit of sultana, yeah, like dried white pepper grape.
This is
And
Java
that
script.
period, that dried
I
period.
work with
I don't know who the fuck made me. Oh, I know. It's only like last year I discovered the Java jar.
at some point somebody tells you, okay,
I'm 0 years old when
I came from
The thing
totally
you look
like
for a Pilsner,
Java.
you look for it to be a certain way. You're not looking for it to be mind-blowing, you're looking for it to be well done.
energy. I
And
was,
this one is quite well done. The thing that would probably distinguish it from the German ones would be the probably
25 million. That's like one invoice. So you're producing invoice that's
just
like
Pilsner,
20
it's not
million,
German.
30 million is how they buy
Yeah, so yeah, it says German, German style lager, but it's just called Pilsner, it's not German Pilsner.
Java.
Because I would suspect the German Pilsner wouldn't have wheat in it.
It's definitely not a German
Now this is just.
This one definitely has more of that Helles spice.
I mean, still going as a legacy.
Regardless, it's
Data
nice.
is old system, but
mouthfeel.
it's not more. I like Java because it's, whatever wrong you do, it complains. It just doesn't spice.
It's relatively kind of
There's a missing
rounded,
comma. It doesn't let you do wrong things. You know. It's just
For
great.
me, it's quite wet, a little bit oily. It's horrific. I think IBU this is maybe 25 years.
next year. Also, so where's an IBU? I'd go, lower end of that. I'd go 20.
like maple leaves.
The wee bit of earthiness and also not lingers for me. I reckon 25, but 20.
It's a really badly written language.
So yeah, quite bready, a little bit of sweetness, nice bit of oily fruity character. Kind of everything you'd want. Definitely has the Pilsner crispness, but the more palest malt profile. I think that's fair. But yeah, this one, 5.2%, simply called Pilsner, German style lager here. Our first one here at Left-Handed Giant. Let's leave it for that just now. Alright guys, so a little quick look at the tap list that they have here at Left-Handed Giant. So over here you can see they've got some cocktails and things, but yeah, on the lagers they have their Alpina and their Pilsner. They've got some ciders as well. If you come over here, they've got a few different pale ales, which all look quite nice. A few different kind of IPAs, mainly New England's. They've got a Hefeweizen in there too. Some darker beers, a few cask things as well. Some guest beers like Saison DuPont, and yeah, quite a nice little tap list, I have to say actually. So yeah, these are some of the beers that you'll see feature on the video, and you can see the tanks behind the bar, which also look very cool. So yeah, that's your little look at the tap list. Alright guys, tasting number 2. We've got a table, so we're quite happy now. We are anchored here for probably the rest of the time in here. Because it's crowded as fuck, to be honest. So yeah, Harry has picked the second beer. You can introduce this one.
So this is the Citra and Sabro. So it's one of the seasonal beers. They've done the Sabro something or other in the past. And then it's Citra Sabro. This is definitely an HD Brewpub there as well. So yeah, Citra Sabro brewed there. So thanks for that.
Nice, yeah. So, yeah, 5%er. Citra and Sabro are hops we know quite well, both American, both 14% alpha acid. Citra gives you like in a New England pale ale, which this looks like it's going to be. It gives you a nice juicy kind of mango sort of thing, a little bit of lemon lime. Sabro will give you that big sharp mandarin note with a bit of coconut behind it. Yeah, so appearance. There you go. So as you can see, nice kind of mango juice type colour, a good level of haze.
quite impressive for just a paleo.
Yes, it is.
So
Nothing's existing as well. The way the head's sitting around mine.
yeah, my one's a bit more. I think you got a bit more of a taste to yours. But yeah, I mean, yeah, lovely kind of bright yellow colour. Mango juice, I think, is a fair way to describe it. Not too much in the way of visible carbonation, but yeah, good level of haze on this one. Yeah, this is what you'd expect from the style. The nose?
I love it. I love Sabra.
Oh yeah. Well, you can start.
It's just full on coconut, tangerine, and a little bit of like rose.
I can see that, yeah. I mean, yeah, this is the interesting thing for me. The thing I notice about this paleo is that it leans toward the kind of oaty side of things, and it's within that sort of creamy oaty aroma that you get the coconut from the Sabro. The Sabro really mixes in with this. But yeah, fruity wise, yeah, that sort of mandarin-y, tangerine-y orange, absolutely, that takes the lead. But you do get a bit of like mango papaya behind it. There's a wee bit of that in there. I don't know if I'd go with apricots. I think guava's a bit more green, but I can see why you would say that. Yeah. I mean, regardless, the fruits are very nice. Yeah, you've got that chocolate. Yeah, that for me, the mango and sort of papaya type thing. I can see the sort of greenness of the guava for sure. But yeah, mandarins, the orange side of this one's leading, absolutely. Malty base. Yeah, it's sort of white bready. You can smell the smoothness of the wheat, but the oak side thing is more an oaty than Imperial. On the green side of things, I think this is grassy. Yeah, not too floral.
No, not floral at all. I think it's just massive on fruit.
Yeah, big kind of grassy thing. Aroma-wise, this is just a juice bomb. For me, this is quite unusual because in Sweden, because of the taxes and stuff, people brew IPAs, not so many paleos.
Yeah.
So drinking paleos is a bit unusual for me. Should they say it's always IPA or double IPA.
Yeah.
So that's
I wish we saw more double IPAs nowadays because I think they're kind of like dropping out.
See, I wish we had a few more like New Barn style paleos and stuff. That's that. But yeah, so yeah, this one, Citra and Sabro Paleo, beautiful smelling beer. What was it, 5.2? 5%, right, alright, there we go. Slange it. Oh, a little look at the glass for you there too. There we are. Very nice. Well, let's do this. That's nice. That's just a really nice, easy drinker. But incidentally, these glasses are 2/3 pints, so that is like 568 divided by 3. Yeah, it's somewhere in the region of like 375 mils, something like that. So yeah, just for those of you watching, these are 2/3 pints. I was pretty much bang on. Yeah, 375 milliliters. So yeah, but yeah, paleo wise, this is very nice. For me, multi-base, oak forward.
Yeah,
but you can feel the wheat thickening.
It's almost like that takes the forefront, it takes all the aroma that you get on it, and then it takes the first taste, you get that hoppiness, but then after that, it just kind of goes wheat first. That's the difference with that.
Exactly, yeah. It definitely, I think in the beginning for me, it's oaty and smooth, but then the further into it you go, on the back of the palate you get the wheaty bitiness of it, for sure. And maybe in the very centre of your palate, you get like a little bit, like just a tiny bit of that Werther's Original.
Yeah, just a little touch. I think it's I maybe going way beyond the kind of like what you backgrounds really start off with, but I get like a slight dryness as well.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I'd say that's because it's a paleo. Like that Werther's Original, the sweetness is always more like a double or a triple or something like that.
It's quite dry and chalky towards the back end of it.
I think that's just because it's lower alcohol.
And also the water around here is hard, very hard. I mean here it's probably softer, but my area is hard. I'm only like now, right?
Oh yeah. Exactly, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about the malt base actually.
It's really hard to actually work out. I think just pale. I just pale malt and then
I think pale a bit of wheat and a bit of oat.
yeah, that's it.
Or maybe a wee touch of Easton Thomas.
Possibly, yeah.
Something like that. Green size, green component. I mean, for me, it's not so much in the back corner. It's maybe a teeny wee bit of earthiness, but it gets very green as you come further forward. Big and floral, a little bit of grassiness.
I think that kind of herbal touch is possibly down to a little bit of citra, and that's about it. There's nothing to say really about that.
Yeah, I mean, a New England pale ale like this one relies on late addition and dry hopping, so you're not going to get so much dankness. It's more bright. But yeah, for me, it has got a good bit of floral note and quite a bright grassiness. And I think the zesty side of the grass comes from the citrus. Fruity side of the note. I think Savo leads on the fruit. So I think
it just gives you like the big old coconut notes, tangerine. I wonder, maybe it's always kumquat a little bit.
I'm not too familiar with that flavour.
Okay, I had it once in a Coles and it was pretty crazy. Kumquat and it reminds me, I had a beer a couple of years ago from an Adam Mersey beer package as well. Untappd, which is a brewery near me in Sweden, and that was like a super pop series in Talus. And this Savo was featuring a little glass on that Talus. The Talus is great from Savo. It's still getting that kind of rosewater note inside of it. That's giving that kind of floral balance.
I mean, for me, fruit-wise, the mandarins really take the lead. But I think they're being pushed a little bit by the lemon-limey side of citra. And I think when you go into the aftertaste, you get a bit of that, you get a bit of the apricot, a bit of the papaya side of the citra, maybe a bit of the oily mango and passion fruit. As well, the sharper passion fruit I think comes in the aftertaste. So I think Savo's leading, but citra comes out later.
Yeah, I think that's always the way that Savo will always take the foreground. That's just being punchy aroma and all those sort of flavours. But then, like I say, on the presentation, it does kind of like die off. Like the secret comes as the last flavour with it.
I mean, it's a very nice pale ale, this one. The thing I would say about it as well is for a pale ale, for a New England pale, it's actually, we should talk about mouthfeel now, because this is actually, I find this quite heavy for a pale ale.
It's standard. I'd say this is fairly standard. Probably from what I'm used to anyway.
I mean, if I tasted this blind, I'd think it was an IPA.
Yeah, there is a very fine line. I'd say there is a very fine line with pale ales and like this. There doesn't seem to be, it tends to be really an IPA is a little bit bitter, and that's about it.
I think it's probably just the heaviness of the malt base that would make me think that. Because when you go to Scotland, you've got New Barns, their pale ales are more west. It's easy, I think it's easier to tell a pale ale from an IPA on the west coast side of things than it is in New England. So that's something to think about too. But mouthfeel wise, for me, this is kind of mid-bodied. But for a pale ale, I do find this quite big. IBUs, I think, is 20.
Yeah, it'd be low.
Low IBUs, yeah. Malt base is quite smooth, not really a sweet component to it. Bite from the wheat, but
I keep getting that dryness on the back end of it. It's just, I think that's definitely down to water. It's quite chalky.
yeah, exactly.
Some you'll find a day or things that they as well.
Oh yeah. Let me see, I'm curious to run this in here. Fruitiness. Yeah, good balance between tropical and tropical comes out later, citrus on the leaves. But that's a really nice pale ale. This was Harry's choice and I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, I think that's the end of tasting two. So we'll do 2 or 3 more. We'll see how we get on. But catch you guys in a second. Cheers. Alright guys, so we're just outside Left-Handed Giant now, so there you can see it's the kind of, I guess you could call that outdoor, not quite sure, but yeah, this is the kind of front of it. We came down the bridge to get here, and yeah, you've got the canal here, but yeah, to get in, you come round the corner here. There's the quaint smell of wacky backy in the air, which is interesting. But yeah, you come round here, you can see your pizza sign. You've got this nice artwork on the roof here. It's pretty packed today, which is kind of cool, but this whole place goes up like 3 floors. So yeah, it is kind of crazy. You can see Harry is sitting over there. But yeah, you come over here, you've got the bar. We'll take a closer look at the tap list a little bit later on, but you can see all the tanks and stuff behind there. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. So the guys are working hard with the pizza oven. Pizza is one of the kind of focal points here. But yeah, you go upstairs, we'll have a look at the merch in a little minute. As you can see, some nice artwork on the stairs again, some blue people, maybe they bred with Smurfs or something, I don't know. But yeah, you come round here, you've got one of the floors, which looks pretty cool. You can look out on this floor, you can look out above the brewery and things, which is, I have to say, pretty cool, and I think you're going to have the same upstairs pretty much. So let's just go and have a little look, a little bit of merch for you again. But yeah, it says we're currently at capacity up here, so I'm just going to have a little look up here and see what it's like. So yeah, they've got their billiards room and stuff up here, which is pretty awesome too. So yeah, folk just playing pool. This is cool. And again, if you look over here, you can see the brewery. So yeah, this is pretty nice. But that's your little walk around for Left-Handed Giant. You can see they've got some dartboards over there too. Right guys, time for tasting number 3 then. So we decided that we were going to go to the sour end of the spectrum this time. We had the choice of a dry hop Berliner Weisse or a Gose. So we went for the Gose. We both agreed on something sour. The Gose sounded best. So joint decision this time. So yeah, this beer is called Early to the Party, 5.3% ABV, a Gose with apricot and passion fruit in it. Not the normal glass beer you would serve a Gose in. We probably should have this beer in like a julep or something. So yeah, this is a bit strange to get it in this glass, but as long as the beer tastes nice, that's fine. So yeah, poured with a nice kind of, I would say your head's better once again. So yeah, you're getting old. So yeah, nice kind of cream colour. Not too much visible carbonation. Again, it's got this lovely kind of smoothie sour type of beer. So you know, if you've got apricot and passion fruit in the thing, yeah, this is kind of the colour you expect. Nothing else for me to say about the appearance. Let's have a wee look at the aroma. Yeah,
It's like Solero.
yes, yeah. You know that's funny? At the bar, the girl said that.
Okay.
She said that as well. It's like Solero, and you've just said it without me telling you. So yeah, Solero, the orange ice lollies, smells like that. So independently verified. But yeah, for me, you can smell a bit of the saltiness of the Gose, for sure. You can certainly smell that. Because remember, Gose, what they used to do in Germany was put these beers in bottles in the cellar. You had a bit of salt in them and they would open up. So you basically had like a big fucking cover of foam on these things. But you can definitely smell the saltiness in this for sure. It's not a smoothie sour, it's not one of these, it's like a modern Berliner, it's like a modern sour, but it's not a smoothie sour. Yeah, for sure. It's not quite sweet enough to be that. It definitely has a bit of the classic Gose to it.
There's definitely a sweetness to it though. There is like a kind of like a
Oh yeah.
cool kind of ice creamy sweetness, which I think is possibly
Oh yeah. I mean, I always talk about it being like these beers being yogurt, you know, like petty food type. So you definitely get that big kind of creamy, petit Peru yogurt thing from the oats and the wheat and stuff like this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've got some heavy cackles just like over this way. So yeah. Now they were looking at us. So yeah, for me, malt is just a big, creamy, yogurty type thing, and the saltiness is kind of in there too.
It's really hard to find any malt behind it. It's got to be really hidden.
Yeah, I mean, there's a teeny bit of that Werther's original kind of thing. Like, there's a little bit of sweetness, but I don't think there's anything else to say about the malt base. For me, these are the beers that they're quite similar in aroma and flavour profile, but if done well, they're just really nice. Green component, I think a little touch of grass, but not much.
Not heavily noticeable.
I think there might be a little bit of hop in this, but not a lot. And fruity wise, you get the kind of sharpness, you get a little bit of the pungency of the passion fruit, but you get a lot of softness of the apricot as well. And of course, you're getting all these kind of placebo notes, like a bit of mango, a little bit of all these kind of things. But yeah, apricot and passion fruit sour, you're always going to get a bit of papaya and all these other things. But very simple in terms of its profile. I think we just take away some stuff in. Slangy. So early to the party, 5.2% rosé. That's very nice, yeah. What's your first impression?
Still enjoying the back end of that. That was like that's really lovely and sweet, fruity, forward to it, and then just goes lovely. But there's still like a creaminess that kind of lingers as it's around.
I'd agree with that too. It's got a little bit of zippiness on the fruity side of things too. As I said earlier, these beers for me, these Gozes, Berliner Weisses, the modern sours, the smoothie sours, quite often they're very simple in terms of their profile, but if they're done well, they're just beautiful beers. They're just really, really nice. And this is an example. This is the very first time I've had a sour from Left-Handed Giant.
I think I've had some of the blender series, which are the big boxes of sours and stuff, which have always been very good.
Yeah, and I mean, in Sweden we're a bit spoiled with like Duck Pond and Elm 11 and these kind of guys. I'm not sure it's quite on that level of the there's a Nordic sour sub-style going about these days. It's not quite as, it doesn't strike me as much as that, but as a nice kind of summery sort of creamy sour beer, that's the kind of vibe you get from this one. But let's break it down a wee bit, let's break it down. So malty side of things, what do you reckon?
I feel there's definitely some torrefied wheat.
It's got a bit of dryness to the wheat, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I get a little bit of bread crust, quite a lot of quite dense white bread, but the wheat, like Harry's saying, torrefied wheat always gives you a bit of dryness, and you get that toward the back of the palate for sure. I would say it's actually a bit less creamy and yogurty in the flavour than the aroma would make you think.
Yeah, right, but it's almost like on the nose, it's almost like vanilla is gone inside of it, but then you can't really get that too much on the taste.
Yeah.
On the taste, it's more of like lactose, like lactose and sourness.
Yeah. I mean, in the middle for me, you definitely get that oaty, creamy sort of thing. I don't so much get a vanilla flavour, don't get
I
that.
got that on the nose, but I don't get it so much on the taste. I got like a nose of some other.
So I think vanilla's a bit sweeter than that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked up vanilla right now.
I might kind of allude to kind of ice cream thing about it. It's always seems like.
Yeah, it's a little bit sorby like, isn't it? Yeah. But I mean, for me, the middle of the palate in this one's oats, and the oats have a bit of dryness to them as well. But I think, it's torrefied wheat.
I think if if it does have oats, it's quite a small amount of them compared to the other pales and being over heavy.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that heaviness within the malt. And also the sourness is not too hard. It's not overly hard.
Yeah. I mean, I always think with sours, it's a bit, to get a good sour, it has to mellow out nicely.
Yeah.
This one does.
Yeah.
Green component, I get a bit of grass around the front of the tongue, but you know, whenever you add fruit into beer as an adjunct, it always suppresses any hoppiness that you have. And the passion fruit for me is doing that. I think the passion fruit is a bit more prominent in this beer than the
It's providing also with a load more acidity to it.
yeah.
It's really punching through a lot more.
Exactly, yeah. So for me, this is the passion fruit shows a bit more, and like Harry's saying, the sour side of this beer I think is more passion fruity, but in the aftertaste, the apricot and the softer side of that comes out for sure. But I mean, of course, yeah, you've got this kind of placebo apricots, not apricots, like papaya, mango, sultana, you know, these kind of flavours too, and they're more into the aftertaste.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The sour impact, what would you say about that with this one?
It's interesting the way it develops because it goes initially sour, slightly kind of salty, and then it's not like in your face. It doesn't completely take over the beer. The kind of the fruitiness is still there, kind of still sits, and it's still nice and residual. But I'd say in other kind of sours, other goses, I think that can really dominate. And the fact this has almost so much fruity notes inside of it, just kind of like mellows the whole thing out.
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing you do get with this is that into the aftertaste you'll get a bit of that saltiness for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what defines it as a gozer. For sure.
Something that goes like a little bit sweet again and fruity.
Yeah, exactly. Mouthfeel wise, what do you reckon?
It's hard because it's so heavily fruity. I'd say the taste, yeah, it's pretty good. But then it's been heavily fruity and then it makes it a lot thicker.
Yeah, I think the wheat's playing a big role in thickening it out too, yeah. So yeah, I think you've got quite a heavy wheat base to this one for sure, and that thickens it out, so it has quite a bready malt base. The fruit, passion fruit and apricot puree that they'll use in this is going to thicken it out as well. IBU wise, I think it's, technically speaking, it will be 0 IBUs, but there will be a few, you know. But it's got a bit of a grassy placebo to it. But I don't think this one's got hops in it. I don't think this is.
I think it's very light on hops, maybe just a touch for bittering and that's about it.
Yeah.
But it's like only a faintest touch.
This would be like 5-10 IBUs at the most. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's a really nice beer, this one. I quite like I like both berry sours and the more kind of tropical sours like this.
We'll get some nice berry sours this weekend.
Oh yeah. Harry's got lots of plans for us. But yeah, I think that's everything we need to say about this one. So yeah, early to the party, a Goza, 5.3% ABV, on passion fruit. First sour from Left-Handed Giant, and I like it. Yeah, let's leave it at that for this one. We're going to start moving to the dark end of the spectrum now. Alright guys, so one of the big things here at Left-Handed Giant is that you can get some very, very nice pizza from Mission Pizza. So you've got white pizzas and you've got red pizzas, and we're talking, you know, 12, 13, 14 pounds sterling for a pizza. So yeah, that's maybe about 14 euros, $15 American, something like that. So a little quick look at the pizzas. The New Yorker, basically a margarita, New York kick, a little bit of jalapeno on it, the Texas Pete, some Cajun chicken, holy smokes, looks very, very nice, capered, Crusader, the shroomy, the mushroom pizza, sail away with me, marinara, that actually sounds pretty good as well. Over on the white side of things, the Jesus Christ, and then the same again with bacon, kale rider, it's a bit too healthy for me maybe. Garlic bread, which you can never go wrong with garlic bread with cheese. A red special as well, but a few different dip sauces, and you can also get some ice cream as well. But yeah, that's a little look at the menu for you here at Left-Handed Giant, and Harry and I are going to have some pizzas, which you'll see in a little bit. Alright guys, tasting number 4. So like I said, we are going to move to the dark end of the spectrum now, and the beer we're having a look at is called Centre of Gravity. So 6.5% ABV, a Cascadian dark ale, and it actually has Cascade in it. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, a Cascadian dark ale is supposed to be basically the same as a black IPA, but with Cascade. Yeah. So yeah, appearance-wise, it looks pretty much as you'd expect. Harry's got the better head once again. Yeah. So yeah. Poured with a nice kind of sort of fawn-coloured head. Not too much in the way of visible carbonation. Nice kind of dark rosewood type colour. You know, this is exactly what you'd expect of a black IPA, Cascadian dark. The type of colour of your beer depends on the type of malts you use mainly. I think Jeff knows me to say about beer to smell. So let's go to aroma then. Let's look at this. Oh yeah. I really love this. So I should point out as well, this beer was a joint decision. This is a very, very new release. We are here, what's it, 29th today? 29th of June. Yeah, 29th of June. So this beer is very, very new. When we were looking at it, Harry's got the Untappd, only 7 check-ins so far, so this is very, very new. But yeah, 6.5% ABV. It smells really, really nice. Do you want to give your first impression?
It's just like, I want to say piney, smoky, woody, earthy.
Woody, I think it's got this nice woody backbone, but like on top, you know, you get this toasty, well-fired bread crust to it. But then, this is like, for me, this is a West Coast black IPA. So, this is the thing with black IPAs. These days you can get the oaty and wheaty ones, but yeah, the old school ones, you know, yeah, you get the caramel, the brown sugar.
The aroma just takes me back probably about 5-10 years.
I think this is going to be really nice. Yeah, this is proper old school. I think we made a good choice for this. You can tell that straight away from the aroma. So yeah, toasty, well-fired bread crust, a little bit of brown bread, some sweet caramel for sure. It has got a wee bit. It's not quite aromatic enough for coffee. No, but it has something similar to that. For sure. I don't like using the chocolate or thingy, but it's like a pine and woody thing. Yeah, that you get.
It's like a big pine needle smoky.
Yeah,
it's not dark chocolate, but it's leading towards.
I mean, I would wonder if this has got a bit of Chinook.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't. You know, there's just something about the green component of this. It has that really deep. This has got early edition hopping. You can tell from the dankness right away in this. This has got early edition hop. So I think there will be Chinook in here as well as the Cascade, because you've got that really deep. You do have that really deep pine resiny note to it. You've got the wood. As I say, the toasty brown, the toasty bread crust, the brown bread, a bit of caramel. There's maybe a little tiny bit of biscuit as well. Oh yeah, no, spruce tips is a good way to describe this for sure. Absolutely, yes. This is very like some of the low alcohol things I had at the Estonia. Spruce tips, really like that, yeah. Green component wise, yeah, pine needles, spruce tips, and oily grassy.
Yeah, I would see a little bit of like black tea though.
I could see that, yeah. I don't drink tea. I'm not English enough to drink tea. Fruity side of things.
It's just, I'd say it's light citrus.
Yeah, but you still get that sort of almost figgy thing. Yeah. And maybe, you know, I think this is Chinook and Cascade. Potentially a little bit of Columbus, but it's not quite spicy enough for Columbus.
No. I think when I've used Columbus more recently, it's become quite earthy. I used to use it quite a lot. I haven't used it. I've used it on the home brew, but
I mean, I'm 90% sure. Cascade, we know. 90% sure Chinook suspect a little bit of Columbus, but maybe a wee bit of like a Centennial or something.
Yeah, Centennial.
So yeah, it has, like Harry says, it has that wee bit of citrus to it, a bit of grapefruit. It's an old school black IPA.
It just takes me back so much.
Yeah, I think we need to just taste this now. Cilantro, That's another good choice. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Aftertaste on this is very good. Very good. Definitely West Coast black IPA, absolutely. Old school black IPA. And you just have to say, one of the difficult things with this style is to balance it well. To have the toastiness, the bit of sweetness, the green component of the hops, but to also have that oily fruit.
Yeah, not to go too kind of stout heavy, not to go too kind of in your face with all the premium and everything, but wow.
That's a lovely, lovely beer. That is a lovely beer. It's a style that's kind of being overlooked too much these days, in my opinion.
So weirdos like you and I that enjoy it.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a beer that's like, 2010 to 2015. Oh yeah, very much. This was the style. I still say one of the best beers in this category. Black salt and body malts. That's oil.
Got feeling I've got a bottle of that in my cellar somewhere.
I mean, the thing with this for me, this is a 6.5%er. I always used to say back in the day, the black IPA was a style that had to be Imperial. But as I drank more of them, I started to appreciate the lower alcohol ones.
Yeah, I think when you go to something maybe about four and a bit, that's where I couldn't really care for them. I always remember I had one from Tempest and that being ridiculously good, being about 9.5%.
Oh yeah.
So like, ridiculously good. When it was, I think 6.5 is always like the best sort of ABV for an IPA. When you get a little bit lower, it tends to get a little bit wishy-washy,
Yeah, I think 6.5, 7 is where you should start with this, with the West Coast black IPAs. But yeah, this style really shines when you have them a bit heavier and you have that bigger brown sugar component. But that is nice. That is a very good beer. I think we should break it down a bit. So middle of your palate for me. You have got that toasty, well-fired bread crust, but that takes a bit of a back seat to a more dense, brown. I don't know about. It's somewhere between a wholemeal and a rye bread. It's not quite sweet enough to be rye, but it's not quite dry enough to be wholemeal bread.
Yeah, it's I've like the malty notes. I've got like a light sweetness. A touch of like caramel as well.
Yeah.
Bristol. I think Bristol on the side of it is giving it that sweetness, kind of Bristol caramel, kind of bit of toffee. There's a bit of chewiness about it.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree with that. It develops this in the very centre of the palate. For me, it's a bit Warder's original. Then you get a straight up caramel hit, and then that builds, the sweetness builds further you go to the aftertaste with this one for sure. And it gets more bready, I think. You get a little tiny touch of nuttiness as well, but it gets very woody. Yeah, very woody. It gets very woody into the aftertaste.
A little bit spicy, nicely spicy as well.
I would say that's the hop.
Yeah.
So yeah, green component I think earthy for sure in the back corners of the palate. You get a bit of that deeper, tiny resinous note out of this one. And I suspect Chinook very much. I've got hiccups now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's Chinook in this.
Yeah.
Because you've just got that big tiny resinous thing. Round the front curve of your tongue, the grassiness is quite oily. And then front third of your palate, You get a bit of the brown bread underneath, but you have that oily grapefruit thing. For me, that's another sign of Chinook. And then as you come further forward, the sort of red fruity notes mellow out. You get that oily figgy thing that you get with Cascade. I'm very familiar with Cascade because of Schiehallion harvesting. The Czech Pilsner with that. Yeah, I mean, Cascade I can tell like this, and you really get that. You know, you've got that stronger grapefruit from what I suspect is Chinook, and then just that lighter, oily, figgy thing. Cascade for sure. There's no orange in this. Amarillo is a very good hop to put in this beer, in these beers too. But there's no orangey note to this one. This is a red fruit. This is red fruit, and that's another key difference between Cascadian Dark and Black IPA. Orangey hop, citrus. Sorry, not citrus. Simcoe gives you some really nice notes in Black IPA as well.
I think Simcoe nowadays is so ugly tiny. Like it was always really fine, and then it went a little bit campy, a little bit, and then it's gone back to being mega fine and super fresh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is really nice. It gives you for an old school black IPA. I think this is gives you everything you want. Yeah. Mouthfeel wise. Top end to mid-bodied for me, smooth carbonation, oily, West Coast black IPA all the way. IBUs.
I reckon it's high.
70, 80. Some of it from the malt base, some of it from the hops. It's well balanced in that way. Malt base is toasty but also sweet and chewy, like you were saying, and you've got this nice oily red fruity character to it. I like this. This is very, very good. As we say, we're drinking this very fresh, very new. I dare say if you aged it a little bit, it would get even more chewy. But yeah, seven check-ins as of the evening, 29th of June. But that's a really nice beer. I think we can round off there with this. So yeah, centre of gravity, 6.5% Cascadian Dark Ale, Black IPA, whatever you want to call it. We're satisfied with this. I think we'll do one more and that'll be us finished here. So catch you guys in a second. Cheers.
So yeah guys, our pizzas have arrived. This one is the Holy Smokes. This is the Jesus Christ. We've got some baconaise and some barbecue sauce. Let's see what we make of these.
Alright guys, pizza time. So we have the Jesus Christ. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. So this is a white pizza. So we'll try this one first. There you go. Looks fabulous. That's nice. I mean, strange to have pizza without a bit of tomato sauce like that, I have to say, but I like it.
It's got a bit of like onion sauce.
Oh yeah, you can get the sweetness for sure, yeah. Very good pizza. They say that it's Neapolitan, but has like a New York twist to it. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, curious about that. You get a little bit of the black pepper as well, which is nice. I'm going to take a wee bit of the crust off and try the sauces. Yeah. So we've got baconaise and then barbecue. So baconaise. Baconaise is interesting. Yeah, let's try this. Baconaise is quite, it's like a really creamy but meaty and slightly peppery sort of thing. Yeah. Barbecue. Barbecue is really sweet. Oh yeah, this is good. Harry chose the sauces as well. It's a good tasting pizza. Yeah. What one do you like best?
Pizza-wise, Yeah, I kind of like the bacon. I know it's close. It's close between the two. I think the burnt ends, the peach as well. Get that little bit of a smoked peach over it.
Yeah, it's a really nice barbecue sauce.
Tangy,
Yeah.
a little bit of fruit.
Yeah, it gives you the kind of woody you want. It's interesting, it's close chop. It's difficult actually, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, we tried the holy smokes. So one for you, one for me. Yeah, just smoked cheese and stuff on this one, I guess.
A little bit of that. It's actually quite fine chopped as well.
It is actually. Yeah, I don't like too much green. I'm Scottish. I don't like healthy stuff.
Like orange.
It's quite nice as well.
It's like a good classic kind of margarita blend as well.
Yeah. You put a bit of like armour or like, I just feel this is missing a bit of meat.
Yeah, I would make it that one.
You put a bit of strong salami or Parma ham on this, and that would complete that. This one's for me just missing a little bit of meat. But it's nice. It's nice. It's a margarita, yeah, it's nice.
Have a little bit of basil. Basil helps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Try it with the sauce as well. See, red pizza with the sauce. Yeah, a bit of baconese on mine. Yeah. Let's see. I think the barbecue match is better with this one than the baconese. The baconese is good with the white pizza, but the barbecue is good with the red pizza.
Both pretty good. It's a full-on proper pizza oven. I think it's gas iron rather than wood. It's not good.
Yeah. So I think we're agreed. We like the Jesus Loves You better, but this is nice. It just needs a bit of meat.
So it's set the Viking.
Yeah. I think the sauces the barbecue works better with the red pizza, but the baconese works better with the white pizza. I think that's fair. Yeah, but good pizza, so try some. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're gonna munch the rest of this. Catch you in a second.
Alright guys, so a little quick look at some of the left-handed giant merchandise. So just to let you see the prices, you get a tote bag for £6, t-shirt for between 12 and 18, glassware 46, long sleeve for 20, and a hoodie is 48. I think Brexit's been pushing the prices up. But yeah, there you go. You can see, they've got some of the nice takeaway bottles and stuff. But yeah, there you can see some hats, long sleeve t-shirt, the hoodies. Kind of cool actually, and yeah, pretty straightforward stuff actually. But yeah, that's a little look at the merchandise for you. Alright guys, well, time for our fifth and final tasting here at Left-Handed Giant. So, Harry chose this beer, so we should introduce it.
So, Jim said to me, we need to get an Imperial Stout, and I thought that was right. We need to get an Imperial Stout to finish things off, because Imperial Stout is typically what they're exported.
Yeah, we find Left-Handed Giant Imperial Stouts in Sweden, Denmark, so on.
Yeah. So we thought Imperial Stout was right, and I went up to the bar, and I was kind of hunting around trying to find what Imperial Stout we had, and I thought I saw King of the Woodland, but it wasn't. It was like a variant of the lower ABV version, and he literally just pulled this out of the fridge for me, and it was Where There Is No Sun. I've never seen this before. I'm sure it's been online, but I haven't seen it before. It's a collaboration between themselves and Bristol Distilling Company, whom I know nothing about. They distill, and they're based in Bristol. It's a whiskey barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout coming in at 13.5% ABV.
So basically it's a fucking monster. Yeah. One of the things we should point out here, the little blurb, it says, brewed with our friends from Bristol Distilling Company. This stout has been aged in American white oak barrels that previously held their first release of Black's double barrel whiskey. So that makes sense because it does have WHISKEY. If it's Scotch whiskey, it has no E, basically. So we were talking about this a little bit before. But yeah, 440 milliliter can. I think this is going to be a nice way to round off this video. But this, typically the Imperial stouts we get in Denmark and Sweden are the kind of more pastry type ones. So I'm curious to see if this is a bit more old school. Obviously we've just had a very nice old school West Coast Black IPA. So I'm curious to see how this is. I think since this is your choice, you should do the honours. Yeah.
My way of doing my pours.
Yeah. No knob-head pours.
Oh no. You chat amongst yourselves what to do this.
Yeah. He's doing very kind of piecemeal things. It's the mark of a brewer, pouring the Imperial stout properly. Here we go. But I will say, I think this is going to be a monster. This is probably the strongest Imperial stout I've had in quite a wee while, actually. I do have one back home that is 16% ABV from Nerd Brewing, but yeah, this should be pretty damn good, actually. Oh, I get the one with the bigger head this time.
What do you do? Yeah.
I do. So yeah, Harry's been lucky with the head tonight. Now it's my turn. So, yeah, appearance-wise then, you can see that this one is lovely dark ebony rosewood colour. We've both got, I've got about just under a finger, you've got like 2/3 of a finger of a frothy, I would say kind of medium tan head. Not too much in the way of visible carbonation, 1 or 2 big bubbles there, but yeah, appearance-wise this is pretty much what we would expect from an Imperial stout. I think aroma. Yeah. Oh yeah. American bourbon all the way. So for me, as a Scot, the main difference between Scottish and Irish whiskey in comparison to the American bourbons is the American bourbons are always sweeter, and you can smell this right away in this beer. So yeah, the backbone of this one for me, you've got that American oak. Remember, the American oak tree is a different species from the European oaks. So you actually get a little bit of a smoother aroma out of the American oak and a little bit more vanilla, whereas European oak is a bit drier and almost a little bit more spicy in its flavour and aroma characteristics. So bear that in mind. But you can absolutely smell that smooth, sweet American oak. Very bright bourbon sugars. They're almost a little bit like very slightly toasty. Yeah. There's might be a little bit later on. There's almost like an irony, like metallic. Oh yeah. I mean, rusty, but rusty notes. I mean, that's the thing. This beer for me, it has those bright brown sugars, but you also get that kind of trading a fine line with the roasty, toasty, like bread crust, well-fired bread crust backbone of the RIS side of things. So yeah, definitely some roasty, toasty bread crust. Rye bread for me, you've definitely got the sweetness of the rye bread, and I think that's where your iron thing is coming in. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of quite highly caramelized brown sugars in there. I mean, I would suspect that this beer is maybe like at least 6 hours in the wort boil. This is 4 to 6. Yeah, it's not. I mean, for me, when you have long wort boils, the longer you boil the wort, the more the sugars caramelise and you get that leathery feel out of it. This one's not too leathery, but you get some of that. Yeah. So you get quite a bit of treacle out of this. Not so much. But not so much leather. Yeah. There's a little bit of a tobacco hint on it. I would agree with that. Yeah. Tobacco, absolutely. It's got that sweet, fruity thing from the brown sugars that gives you the tobacco. So yeah.
Try cascara. You know cascara from.
Oh, the sugar. The Mexican brown sugar.
It's from the coffee beans, and it's the shell of the coffee beans. Kind of like a sherry and a leathery. I don't know, but it's not overly leathery.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've never used that particular describer, but I see what you mean, yeah. I mean, this beer, it does have a little bit of that aromatic coffee thing to it. doesn't have coffee beans in it though.
It's got that kind of like fruity kind of element. This coffee, the Cascara gives you like a cherry note and gives you that kind of lip.
Oh, yeah.
Slightly leathery, but then tobacco as well.
Absolutely, no, yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But yeah, tobacco, treacle, roasty bread crust. I don't know if I would say chocolate from this necessarily.
No, I wouldn't say too much chocolate.
No. But that smooth American oak, definitely some nutty and vanilla notes. Those take a back seat though, I would add, to the other things we've just mentioned. And yeah, that aromatic coffee cascada, you said, yeah. That's definitely coming out. This is going to be a monster, I can tell you that. Hoppy, room component.
There's a light touch.
I get grassiness. I mean, the thing with a barrel-aged beer like this, and any Imperial Stout, you are going to have, like, you know, you're going to have something in this, like frugal or, in the old ones, yeah, you would have frugal. What would you have in a more modern American Imperial RIS? Like,
Well, there's not any, RIS Imperial Stouts.
well, that's the thing. Pastry stout usually. But yeah, this definitely has a bit of earthiness for sure. There is a bit of floral character still there. It has a bit of grassiness, but yeah, the longer you age this, the more that is going to drop out.
It's just a shame it's in a can, which annoys me.
Yeah, maybe a bottle, like
They'll never bottle this, but
like a half-litre bottle, wax top would be best for this.
it sells so well as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to go. I mean, that is one of the things, is cans obviously are the best for IPAs and so on, but when it comes to Russian Imperial Stouts, you want them to change a little bit. Barley wines as well. So, yeah, cans are going to do the job, but I always argue that the bottle and the fact you get a bit of light into it, that is part of the magic of aging the beer. That's a debatable point, but anyway, fruity side of things.
Massive red curry. First kind of like.
I'd say raisin. I get raisin. Yeah. It has a little bit of that brownie note, so it's got like a cakey brownie backbone, but then yeah, like raisin plum on top of it. Yeah. I can see. It's very sharp, so I see when you get red currants. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I think, needless to say, it's a beautiful beer, this one, on the aroma. 13.5% as well, it's a monster. A Harry Meadows session ale, exactly. I think we need to try this. Right, so, where there is no sun, a whiskey barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout, 13.5% ABV, our last beer here at Left-Handed Giants. Slanted. Again, oh yeah, I'm going to say straight away, it's one of these beers, again, it gives you everything you want from like a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout. It doesn't do anything surprising, but it's just well done. And that's, I think that's what we've had with these beers in Left-Handed Giant. We've had that, generally speaking, they've given you everything you want from the style, and they're well done. And there's so many breweries and beers out there these days, you can't ask for much more.
It absolutely delivers in terms of style, but I feel like on this, the forefront still just gives you a little bit extra, it gives you a little bit more fruitiness and you expect out of this whiskey barrel-aged Imperial Stout.
Oh yeah.
It just gives you a little bit of fruitiness to start with.
Yeah, I mean, the more that is a good, I'd agree with that. Yeah, it's quite a fruit forward. But yeah, for like a bourbon barrel-aged RIS, it's very fruit forward. I get, you know, a lot of dainty and fruity. Is that got that dried fruit thing to it? But we'll come to that later. Malt, hops, fruit. Let's do that. So yeah, middle of the palate for me. That smooth oaky note. A bit drier at the back of the palate, a bit sweeter further forward.
It's got a lot of barrel inside, for sure.
Yeah.
You can still pick out the malts though. Like, the barrel is taking over, giving you all the sweetness and say light toffee and a bit of vanilla as well. But I think malt wise, you're looking at something Bristol malt. I'm looking around Bristol 600, Bristol 800 inside of this, giving you a real kind of darkness with a little bit of a caramel flavour. So Bristol 150, 250 with a sweetness, kind of chewiness inside of it.
Yeah.
Caramel flavours again. I'd say Carafa 3 with that kind of like dark old, like biscuity stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Carafa. I always think Carafa gives you that bit of wildfire bread crust, a bit of rye bread, and also a bit of sweetness too. So I wouldn't be able to tell you which Carafa, but yeah. But yeah, for me, dry, oaky wood at the back of the palate. As you come further forward, it mellows out. Further forward, the vanilla, the nuttiness for sure. Tobacco, I think, on the front of that middle third of your palate. You've got all these, you've got that sort of sweeter rye bready note as well. And the dead centre of your palate, you've got the big treacly component coming out here. Sure. And that lingers into the aftertaste. You have this, it's like when you bake a brownie, that little bit of brown sugar that caramelizes on the edge of the tree. It's like that in the middle of the palate.
It's got that, it's not like chocolate,
It's like really burnt brown sugar. I don't find that this beer has too much chocolate to it. It does have, in the border between the middle third and back third of the palate, you get a little bit of that dry sort of cocoa in it, like the back third of the palate, there's definitely a little bit of a more bready, cakey, yeasty sort of thing going on.
yeah.
I think that covers the malty, yeasty side of the beer. Hoppy side of things, it's a lot less hoppy in the flavour than it seemed in the aroma.
Yeah.
But you still have a bit of grassiness around the front.
I'd say it's grassiness. Grassiness is a light floral, but I'd say it's grassy, slightly herbal.
Yeah.
But it's not in the face. I would say like hop-wise, I think I might have some Simcoe inside of this.
Might have what, sorry?
Simcoe. But I couldn't. Well, I didn't say exactly how to think now, right? I feel like there's a little bit of Simcoe. Just the way it gives that kind of piney, kind of herbal floral.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we, on the front third of the palate, the fruity side of things, it's definitely got like a sort of brownie, chocolate muffin type base to it, and then you've got these oily fruits on top. But for me, when you take the beer in, it's got a sharper raisiny note to it, but then it evolves to be a more dry, datey sultana type thing.
I still get that weird kind of like berry note, that berry note with the acidity, but it could easily just be like a simple berry inside of it. Work out what it would be. I want to say something like Bar Bruges, which is a weird hop, which would make people use, but
that one gives you, that's from Alsace, Lorraine, isn't it? Yeah. That's a really interesting one to use in barley wine things. Lovely hop that. But yeah, this is fruity-wise, this one is very much sultanas, dates, prunes for me, dried prunes. But it's a beautiful beer. Mouthfeel-wise, full-bodied, but lower end of full-bodied. Smooth carbonation. Yeah, oily for sure. IBUs, I think, is about 60. Malt base has a good balance, a bit of dryness, oiliness to it, and a bit of sweetness, and then you've got these dried fruity notes. It gives you everything you'd want in the style. It shows you the RIS side, and it also shows you the bourbon barrel sort of thing. I think this has been a very nice one to wrap it in on. So yeah, I think that is the end of our fifth and final tasting here. So yeah, I'll give you my final thoughts with Harry after that, and just in a second. So see you then. I hope you've enjoyed this out and about video. Catch you guys in just a wee second.
Alright guys, well that is our time at Left-Handed Giant finished now. So we averaged somewhere in the region of £8 per round. So yeah, that was 5 rounds, so £8 per round of beers. That's roughly, what, about €10, 100 Swedish kroner. Yeah, about $10-11 American, something like that. But yeah, we got to try some really nice beers. We tried the Spectrum, we tried a lager, New England Pale Ale, a sour beer, black IPA, and an Imperial Stout. And it was really nice. As you saw, this is a very, very nice venue. Harry was telling me that this opened last year in 2021.
Yeah, well, that was the first time I came. It might have been 2020 that actually opened.
Ah, okay. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very, very nice venue here at Left-Handed Giant. This is where they're now doing their main brewing and things, so it's definitely worth coming and checking out. We spent, about 4 hours, 5 hours in here, something like that, so we had a good time. And the pizza was very, very good as well. So in total, we spent, about £70 between us?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, yeah, it's good. We're going to go and have a little look at the small pub now. The guys who started Small Pub actually were the ones... Oh, it's gone out of focus. The guys who started Small Pub are the ones who started Left-Handed Giant. So yeah, we'll go and have a little look at that original pub. Maybe you'll see a little addendum to this video. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, for the moment, that is the end of our time here at Left-Handed Giant in Bristol. But really cool to have Harry on the channel. I enjoyed filming the tastings. It was quite nice to film together after quite a long time. So yeah. Let's see, but this might be the end. Check out my social media. I'll put Harry's social media in the little thingy box for you below. So go and give him a follow on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all this kind of jazz. Catch you guys very, very soon. Slàinte just now.